First of all, I'd like to say, always, anytime I'm with New Life, anytime I'm with New Life, and it never failed me, anytime God is doing something new in me, through me, or to me, or for me, He always brings me to New Life. This is my first time ever in life speaking at a women's retreat. This is something so special. I'm so honored to be a part of something. I'm so honored that God would allow my mother and my sister to come and be a part of this. They don't know I hang out with y'all all the time. So it's, you know, and I'm always going back. Oh, Mom, yo, this is what happened. I was over at pasture and we were doing this and we did this and this happened. It's like, but this time God is so good. He's allowed them to be a part of this too and see some of the joy and some of what God does in my life. And the song says, I'm trading my sorrow. I'm trading my shame. I'm trading my pain. I'm laying it all for the joy of the Lord. And today, this is how I feel. I feel like God has taken a lot of my brokenness. And today, I feel really free. I feel free enough today to say and do whatever God would have me say and whatever He would have me do. Today, I'm just obedient and I'm willing. And Lord, right now, I would like to pray before I even speak. Lord, right now, I just take this opportunity to give you all the honor and all the glory. Lord, I ask that right now that I would decrease so you can increase in my life. Father, I said at a broken bus stop one day that I'll say what you say, and I'll do what you say, do, and I'll go where you say go, Father. And I'll give you all the honor and all the glory. So right now, Father, just have your way in me. Have your way, Lord, whatever it is that you would have for me to say or to do, Father. I surrender all to you. Lord, I ask that you cover Debbie right now, Father. I ask that you break everything that's trying to come up against her. I ask that you cover her right now, Lord. Let her be a part of this, Father. Lord, I thank you for each and every one of these women that are here. That's witnessing, Lord, you take me to a new level. That's been called and chosen for such a time as this and such a moment like this in my life. I thank you for that. Lord, I'm available. Have your way. Amen. Amen. You know, the morning beat, I've been knowing that I was coming here for a few months now. But the morning that I was coming here, it was like the enemy attacked me 3 times. This whole week, I knew I was under attack. It used to be a time I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on. But this time I knew I was under attack. And I knew it was the enemy trying to stop me. 3 times that morning, 3 different people knocked on my door, demanding to get in, demanding to come in my house. And I knew enough, and I had enough sense to know that everybody is supposed to be in my house. But it was like they wanted so bad to get in there. And I was fighting on the other side of that door. And I realized today that the only way the enemy can get in is if I open the door. If I open the door, if I leave that door closed to that old shame, to that old pain, to that old guilt, that old woman, if I don't open the door, it can't come. Because see, now I feel like that in my life, I've kicked down some doors. And there are some doors that I just had to turn the knob. And my challenge is trying to figure out what door do I kick down and just go in? And what door do I just turn the knob and walk in? And that's the challenges today. Because sometimes we got to kick down doors. Because it's a very well, I know that it is the enemy that's after our health, our minds, our bodies, our soul, our children, our marriages, our family. There's a devil out there, a live one, that really want to attack us. Valuable women. I really, truly believe in my heart that each and every single woman that's sitting in here, that God is taking to a brand new level. And God is doing something brand new in their lives. on some level. I truly believe that with all my heart. And I know that some of us are going through some attacks that have never even been. It's like, what is this? What's going on with my daughter? What's going on with my family? What's going on? Where is this attack coming from? To me, that's one of them times you kick the door down. Devil, not on my watch. It ain't not in my house. Not on my watch. Is it okay to come up against family members, against my body, against my mind, against my soul, against my spirit? That's that door kicking down time. That's time. It's time, but today, it's time to kick down some doors. Because in order to get to this new level and be what God has called us to be, we got to fight for it. We got to take ground. We got to take a stand. We got to realize the value that God has made us and how He made us and what He's done in our life. We already got everything inside of us that we need to take back this land, to take back the churches, to take back the schools, to take back everything, to cover the teachers. It's everything. Us together, we're powerful. When we cry out to God, God hears nothing more than a valuable woman. A woman of God crying out to God on behalf of her family, on behalf of her marriage, on behalf of her daughter, her sisters, her brothers. God hears those cries. And the one time that I can ever remember crying out is I just remember being at that bus stop and I cried out. I didn't know what God was going to do. All I know is that I was tired of living like I was living. I didn't want to drink anymore. I didn't want to use drugs anymore. I didn't want to be a prostitute anymore. I did not want to keep running the streets. I didn't want to get shot anymore. I didn't want to be stabbed anymore. I didn't want to go back to prison not another day. I took a stand and I kicked down some doors. And said, devil, not on my watch, not again. And that's when I found myself crying out, God, please, this is not who you called me to be. I have no right to be walking the streets of Van Buren at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning with the same clothes on. How did my life get here? What happened? What went wrong? I've been attacked ever since I was a little girl. I always been under attack. And I always thought I was different. I always thought I didn't measure up. I always never thought I was pretty enough, smart enough. I didn't never measure up. Why come I don't feel like the other girls feel? Why do I always have to feel different? Why am I always the one that's overlooked or feel judged? Or why do I have to carry so much shame of molestation? Why did I feel like as a little girl somebody violated me? Why do I feel like that's my fault? See, I'm trading that shame. I'm trading those sorrows. I'm trading all those pains. I wouldn't even change it today because I get the awesome opportunity now. Everything that was done to me, that's exactly what I do in my life. I work with young girls that have been molested, that have been on the streets, that was 15 years old, on the streets, selling their body. I get to work with these type of girls. I get to work with young girls that was pregnant at the age of 16, had a baby. I'm trading all that in. Everything that the enemy meant for bad, God is making good in my life. You know, and I just remember 10 years, I escaped that life. I had escaped. And I was like, yes. Yes, I made it. But then something happened. 3 years, I went back out there for 3 straight years. Today, I stand here with those 10 years back again. God has given me back those 10 years. And what's so good about it is when He gave me these 10 years back, He's taken me back to that lost person that barely started. It's like, I can sing of your love forever. I can sing of His love forever and ever. And with this 10 years, it's because at that bus stop, I said, Lord, put me back in that place with you, which I once was. No matter what road I had to take, if the devil never touched me, I would have probably already been in different places in my life. It's like He dusts me off and put me right back in the same spot I'm supposed to be. That's how I feel. It's like, yeah, I lost them 3 years. I didn't lose them. They was all game because after being married and living a good life and having God and serving the Lord and being good and all those good things that the world say that the world had and finally had all of that stuff of the world, their husband, the house, the jewelry, the cars, and all of that stuff. But somewhere in there, God got out of sight. I got so caught up in that. And I started taking my eyes off of God, my first love. I started taking my eyes off of God. And what happened is I stopped. I was so busy doing for others that I forgot to take care of myself. Even though I was doing good things for God. I didn't take time to go on the retreats and just rest. And the day I was like, this morning I was like, oh wow, I can't wait when we get back. When we get back, I'm going to tell we're going to get my other little sister and we're going to come down here. And I can't wait to get back. God says, be still. Enjoy the moment. Stay in the moment. God has given us a break. He's given us rest away from the city, away from homes and school and work and families and husbands. He given us, but I didn't know how to take time to rest and seek Him. I was so busy fixing everybody else, but I wasn't fixing myself. It's like I had this big old cake. And I was like, everybody, here you go. Here you go. Here's the piece for you. Oh, you want something too? Here you go, princess. But then it was a little slice left. But it was making me now malnutrition and I didn't have enough to eat. So I became thirsty and drained and worn and torn. And I ended up going back to a life that was comfortable. Because see, now this God thing ain't working. I was learning how to survive life, Sandy. I was trying to learn how to survive life. And I was trying to get back to life as I knew it. And in the midst of it, life happened. And in those 3 years after being so angry at that husband that went out on me, and I blamed him for everything. It was his fault that the marriage failed. It was his fault that this happened. Everything was this man's fault. When I really looked at it, I got married to a man that God did not tell me to marry. I got married under one of those things. Oh, I'm so lonely. I just want somebody to hug me. I just want somebody to love me. I wanted somebody to fix me. And I married this person that wasn't able to do that. But it felt real good to the flesh at the time, emotionally. Because I was still broken and God hadn't healed me emotionally. I still was looking outside myself for validation. Instead of looking to God to give me those things. And so it woke in something in me. But then after I got clean and after I got sober and after I changed my life, I started looking at the part I played. And then his part wasn't so big. I look at the part I played. Yeah, he cheated with them other women. Yeah, he done all that. Yes, he was disrespectful. Yeah, he did all of that. But that was about him. That was not about me. That was not me. That was him. And I lost the value of who I was as a woman. I couldn't even keep a marriage together. I couldn't keep a life. I couldn't keep a family. And that devalued me, being the all hurt and the all pain of not married enough, not smart enough, not pretty enough. Life on life turns came. And when life came, I blamed myself. Even though I blamed him for it, but I was like, see, and the enemy played on me so bad. See, you'll never be happy. You'll never find nobody to care about you. You know, but I realized today, standing here, that that is a lie. Because I got a God that loves me just as I am. That think that I'm valuable. That lets me know that I'm the head and not the tail. That I'm above and not beneath. That he wants to do great things through me. And he wants to take all that broken and all that hurt to help other women that have went through a divorce. And went through a hurting hard time in her life where she feel like it's her fault. It doesn't even matter if it was. God want to use our pain, ladies. He want to use our shame. He want us to be testimonies for him. He want us to lose all that hurt that the enemy brought Each and every one of us, even though we might not have the same testimony. You might have not been in prison. You might have not been on drugs. You might have not been on the streets. But we've all found that broken, lonely, empty space in our life where we felt lost. We've all felt something where we just feel like we didn't measure up. And yet, and still, the Word of God said that we're valuable. We're beloved daughters of a king. And when I started reading that word and reading what it meant and what God's and started seeing myself as God see me, my life changed. It don't matter how I started. It matters how I finish. And today I get a brand new life to begin again. Today I feel honored and free. And many of you know that I come from this broken family. You know, I had my mom that was my mom was a workaholic. She worked so hard to get us out these projects, to give us this brand new life, so I didn't have to become this woman I had became. She worked hard. Then when we moved to this new neighborhood, the people in the projects in the neighborhood say, y'all think y'all too good. In the new neighborhood, they say, y'all not good enough. So I'm very confused. I was very confused. You don't measure up. But yet and still, and I had this mother, my mom. My mom is the type of mother that if you fall on your bike, my mom going to say, get back up on that bike and try it again. But me, my broken little heart wanted this mommy that said, oh, come on, baby, your leg hurt. But that ain't what God gave me. God gave me a mother that encouraged me and said, you know, and that have been my strength. That's been my strength. So every time I find myself in them low, dark places, I gave my mother's voice, get back on that bike and try it again. Get back up there and try it again. That's been my strength. And she's given me different options and choices. I thank God, the work that God has done in and through me and my mom. God has did a great work in us. A lot of healing. A lot of this is very, very special. I know that God is doing something brand new. In my 10 years, it's the first time God has allowed me and my mom, he's going to heal us. He want to do stuff. He want to restore all my broken relationships. Me with my own daughter. I got a daughter that sent me a text message. I've been calling and calling. And she sent me a text message. She said, Mom, right now I'm having some issues with our relationship. And the text message said, and when I'm ready, I'll talk about it. I can't talk about it right now. And you know what? That was okay. That was a time when that would have just, oh Lord, what did I do? Oh, I got to fix it. I've been out there, I've been a drug addict, prostitute. I got to go fix this relationship. I'm trying to fix what I messed up. Today it was like, okay, baby, whenever you're ready, you call me. You take the time you need. Whatever it takes for you to get healed, you do it. Because I'm going to do what it takes for me to get healed. I can't change the kind of mother I was. But I can change from this on to be the best one I know how to be.